Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Ever find yourself reaching for snacks when you're not actually hungry? Or maybe you feel trapped in a cycle of dieting, feeling guilty about food, and constantly thinking about your next meal. You're definitely not alone. Millions struggle with their relationship with food. But what if I told you that understanding why you eat is the key to breaking free? Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of eating behavior, uncovering the hidden drivers behind our food choices, and exploring pathways to a healthier, more peaceful relationship with eating. This isn't just about what you eat, but the complex story behind your plate. So, what exactly is eating behavior? It's far more than just fueling our bodies. Think of it as your personal food story, a complex narrative woven from biology, psychology, and your unique life experiences. It encompasses how you choose food, when you eat, where you eat, why you eat, and the thoughts and feelings surrounding these actions. It's about the meaning we assign to different foods: comfort foods, celebration foods, forbidden foods, and where does this story begin? Often, long before we consciously remember. Our earliest interactions with food are deeply intertwined with care, comfort, and connection. Think about infancy. Feeding is often linked with soothing and attention. These early associations can create powerful, lasting links between food and emotional states. Family dynamics, cultural norms, societal messages about body image, and good versus bad foods. They all play a significant role in shaping our eating patterns and beliefs, sometimes in ways we don't even realize. One of the most crucial aspects to understand is the difference between physical hunger and emotional hunger. Physical hunger builds gradually. It comes with physical cues, maybe a rumbling stomach, low energy, or difficulty concentrating. It's satisfied by eating, and typically, specific cravings are less common. You're looking for fuel. Emotional hunger, on the other hand, often hits suddenly. It feels urgent, craving a specific food, usually something high in sugar, fat, or salt. It's often triggered by feelings like stress, boredom, sadness, anxiety, or even happiness. The key difference? Eating might provide temporary relief or distraction, but it doesn't address the underlying emotion, often leading to feelings of guilt or regret afterward. When does this emotional eating or preoccupation with food become a problem? We often hear about eating disorders, but there's a wide spectrum of what's called disordered eating. This refers to a disturbed and distressing pattern of eating behaviors, thoughts, and emotions. It might not meet the full criteria for a clinical diagnosis, but it significantly impacts quality of life. This can look like chronic dieting, frequent guilt or anxiety around food, rigid food rules, binge eating episodes, or using food consistently to cope with emotions. It's a sign that the relationship with food needs attention and care. The connection between our minds and bodies is incredibly powerful, especially when it comes to food. Stress, past traumas, or unprocessed emotions can manifest physically, and sometimes eating becomes an unconscious way to cope or numb difficult feelings. Think about it. When stressed, some people lose their appetite, while others crave comfort foods. Our bodies hold on to experiences, and unresolved emotional pain can sometimes be expressed through our relationship with food and our bodies. Ignoring these underlying issues often means the eating patterns persist, no matter how many diets are attempted. So how do we begin to heal this relationship with food? The path starts with self-awareness. Research from the University of Minnesota shows that mindful eating practices can reduce binge eating episodes by up to 40%. But what does mindfulness around food actually look like? It begins with tuning into your body's signals. Before reaching for food, pause and ask, "Am I physically hungry right now?" Rate your hunger on a scale of 1 to 10. If you're not physically hungry, gently explore what you might actually be feeling. Are you bored? Stressed? Seeking comfort? Simply acknowledging the emotion is a powerful first step. Another crucial practice is slowing down while eating. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that eating too quickly prevents the release of hormones that signal fullness to your brain. Try putting your utensils down between bites, chewing thoroughly, and noticing the flavors, textures, and sensations of your food. This not only improves digestion, but helps you recognize when you're satisfied before becoming uncomfortably full. For many people, childhood experiences have shaped powerful food associations. Perhaps certain foods were used as rewards, or meals were tense family situations. Maybe food was restricted, or you were praised for not eating too much. Recent research from Harvard Medical School suggests that up to 65% of our eating behaviors are established before age 12. Understanding these patterns does not mean blaming parents or caregivers. They were doing their best with what they knew. But recognizing these influences can help us make conscious choices as adults. The environment we live in doesn't make this easy. We're surrounded by ultra-processed foods designed to be hyper-palatable, marketing that plays on our emotions, and conflicting nutrition information. A 2023 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that the average American is exposed to over 5,000 food advertisements annually, with 80% promoting nutrient-poor, calorie-dense options. This is why developing emotional regulation skills is so important. When we have healthy ways to process difficult emotions, whether through movement, creative expression, connecting with others, or simply sitting with our feelings, food can return to its proper place as nourishment and enjoyment rather than our primary coping mechanism. Here are some practical strategies to begin rebuilding your relationship with food. First, practice regular, balanced eating. Skipping meals often leads to intense hunger that makes mindful choices more difficult. Research shows that eating every 3 to 4 hours helps maintain stable blood sugar and reduces the likelihood of emotional eating. Second, create a supportive eating environment. Turn off screens, sit at a table when possible, and make your mealtime a dedicated activity rather than something done while multitasking. Third, work on identifying your personal hunger and fullness cues. Keep a simple journal noting how different foods make you feel physically and emotionally, both immediately and hours later. Fourth, challenge black and white thinking about food. No single food is good or bad. These moral labels often lead to restriction followed by overconsumption. Instead, consider how different foods serve different purposes. Some nourish your body, others feed your soul, and many do both. Perhaps most importantly, approach this journey with self-compassion. Changing your relationship with food takes time. There will be setbacks, and that's completely normal. Research from Dr. Kristen Neff at the University of Texas shows that self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a good friend, is more effective for sustainable behavior change than harsh self-criticism. For those struggling with more severe disordered eating patterns, professional support can be invaluable. Registered dietitians specializing in intuitive eating, therapists trained in eating disorders, and support groups all offer different types of guidance. The National Eating Disorders Association reports that early intervention significantly improves recovery outcomes. Remember, the goal isn't perfect eating. It's a peaceful relationship with food that supports your physical and emotional well-being. This means sometimes eating for pure pleasure, sometimes for nourishment, and always with awareness and self-respect. It means understanding that food is just one aspect of a fulfilling life. Important, but not all-consuming. Let's delve a bit deeper into the biology. Hormones play a huge role in regulating hunger and fullness. Ghrelin signals hunger, while leptin signals satiety. However, factors like chronic stress and lack of sleep can disrupt these signals. A study in the journal Sleep found that even one night of poor sleep can increase ghrelin levels and decrease leptin, leading to increased appetite, especially for high-calorie foods. Furthermore, the gut-brain axis is a fascinating area of research. Our gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in our digestive tract, communicates constantly with our brain. An imbalance in gut bacteria has been linked to changes in mood, stress levels, and even food cravings. Supporting gut health through a varied, fiber-rich diet might indirectly support a healthier relationship with food. And we can't forget the social dimension. Eating is often a social activity. While positive social connections are vital for well-being, social settings can also influence our eating. Sometimes we eat more or differently, when with others due to social norms or unconscious mirroring. Becoming aware of how social situations impact your choices is another layer of self-understanding. All these factors, psychological, biological, social, environmental, interact in complex ways. This is why a holistic approach, like the principles found in intuitive eating, which encourages honoring hunger, respecting fullness, and making peace with food, can be so effective. It moves beyond simple rules and focuses on rebuilding trust with your body's internal wisdom. Understanding your eating behavior is a journey, not a destination. It's about moving away from judgment and towards curiosity and self-care. We hope this exploration has given you some valuable insights and practical tools to start building a more positive and peaceful relationship with food. If you found this video helpful and want to see more content like this, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do not miss our future videos. Sharing this video with someone who might benefit also makes a huge difference, as it tells YouTube that this information is valuable and helps it reach more people who might be struggling. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.